Ruby Bradley entered the United States Army Nurse Corps as a surgical nurse in 1934. She was an Army combat nurse on December 7, 1941, when the Japanese attacked the United States at Pearl Harbor. Hours after the Pearl Harbor attacks began, other Japanese forces began striking U.S. troops and ships across the Pacific, including the island of Luzon in the Philippines, where Bradley was assigned. She was captured, and for the rest of the war, she was a prisoner of war. While in captivity, she and several other imprisoned nurses earned the title Angels in Fatigues from fellow captives. For the next several months, she provided medical help to the prisoners and sought to feed starving children by shoving food into her pockets whenever she could, often going hungry herself. As she lost weight, she used the room in her uniform for smuggling surgical equipment into the POW camp. At the camp, she assisted in 230 operations and helped to deliver 13 children. When U.S. troops captured the camp on February 3, 1945, Bradley weighed only 86 pounds. She was then returned to the United States, where she continued her career in the Army. Bradley continued to serve in the Korean War as chief nurse for the 171st Evacuation Hospital. In November 1950, during the Chinese counteroffensive, she refused to leave until she had loaded the sick and wounded onto a plane in Pyongyang while surrounded by 100,000 advancing Chinese soldiers. She was running up the ramp of the last plane just as her ambulance exploded from an enemy shell. In 1951, she was named chief nurse for the 8th Army, where she supervised over 500 Army nurses throughout Korea. By the time the Angel in Fatigues retired in 1963, she had been promoted to colonel and became one of the most decorated female soldiers in U.S. military history. The distinctive accomplishments of Colonel Bradley reflect credit upon herself and the United States Army.